Well, hello everybody. I decided that I would get on and maybe do some 20-meter phone so we can get anything going today. It's been a little while since I've streamed at all, so I figured we'd give this a shot. So we're gonna flip over to the radio and get to it. Is the frequency in ears. This is November 3, Papa Kilo Juliet. CQ20, CQ20 meters. This is November 3, Papa Kilo Juliet. November 3, Papa Kilo Juliet. CQ20 meters. CQ20 meters, CQ20 meters. This is November 3, Papa Kilo Juliet, CQ20 meters. CQ20, CQ20 meters. This is November 3, Papa Kilo Juliet, CQ20 meters. CQ20 meters, CQ20 meters. This is November 3, Papa Kilo Juliet, CQ20. CQ20, CQ20 meters. This is November 3, Papa Kilo Juliet. November 3, Papa Kilo Juliet, CQ20. CQ20 meters, CQ20 meters. This is November 3, Papa Kilo Juliet, CQ20 meters. CQ20 meters, CQ20 meters. This is November 3, Papa Kilo Juliet, CQ20 meters. CQ20, CQ20 meters. This is November 3, Papa Kilo Juliet. CQ20, CQ20 meters. This is November 3, Papa Kilo Juliet. CQ20, CQ20 meters. This is November 3, Papa Kilo Juliet. CQ20, CQ20 meters. This is November 3, Papa Kilo Juliet. CQ20, CQ20 meters. This is November 3, Papa Kilo Juliet, CQ20. Any stations, anywhere, CQ20 meters. This is November 3, Papa Kilo Juliet, CQ20 meters. CQ20, CQ20 meters. This is November 3, Papa Kilo Juliet. November 3, Papa Kilo Juliet. Any stations, anywhere, CQ20 meters. Well, might go to 40 here in a minute. Is the frequency in use. This is November 3, Papa Kilo Juliet. Is the frequency in use. This is November 3, Papa Kilo Juliet. CQ40, CQ40 meters. This is November 3, Papa Kilo Juliet, CQ40. CQ40, CQ40 meters. This is November 3, Papa Kilo Juliet, CQ40 meters. CQ40, CQ40 meters. This is November 3, Papa Kilo Juliet, CQ40. CQ40, CQ40 meters. This is November 3, Papa Kilo Juliet, CQ40. CQ40, CQ40 meters. This is November 3, Papa Kilo Juliet, CQ40. CQ40, CQ40 meters. This is November 3, Papa Kilo Juliet, CQ40. CQ40, CQ40 meters. This is November 3, Papa Kilo Juliet. Any stations, anywhere, CQ40 meters. This is November 3, Papa Kilo Juliet.
November 3, Papa Kilo Juliet, Whiskey 66, Lima Papa Kilo,
Was that Whiskey 6, Lima Papa Kilo?
Roger. I assume I got you correct. November 3, Papa Kilo Juliet, is that correct?
Yes, that is. And this is Dan from Michigan. Roger?
Roger.
Okay there, Dan. Well, the name here is Todd, Tango Oscar Delta Delta.
I am located in northwest Pennsylvania, about 30 miles south of Erie, and let's see, I happen to be streaming live on YouTube right now. If you happen to pop onto YouTube, look me up on my call sign, and you will see a video that's saying live right at the moment. If you look at it now, if you look at it later on, it will have today's date on it, and you can hear exactly how you're sounding back to me, Roger.
Roger. Yeah, we'll have to get around doing that. It's YouTube and then push in your callers, right?
Yeah, just look me up on my call sign, November 3, Papa Kilo Juliet, and it should say N3PKJ Todd, if I'm not mistaken. And to give you your signal report, you're a 5.7 here, a little bit of QSB on you. You're the strongest that passed the transmission, over.
Roger, yeah, well, you're 5.9 here in Rockford, Michigan. There's a little bit of noise factor with YouTube, but nothing to affect your transmission, Roger.
Yeah, Roger. It seems like that 40's rather noisy today. I'm running like a S5 noise level, and it's usually about an S3. So there's a lot of noise going on, but you're making it all on the top of it perfectly fine, over.
My noise level right now, we're running about S6, but you pop up around between 9 and 20, Roger.
Yeah, Roger. Well, let's see. The station here is an FT991 that's being fed into a MFJ 939 IntelliTuner, which is feeding a G5RV that's about 25 foot up in the air at the apex. It's configured as a inverted V, and it seems to do relatively well. I just recently had to put the G5RV back up because I think it was June or July. We had some storms come through and it took out the original tree that I had it up in, over.
Roger on that. I guess I shouldn't be laughing, but we have tree problems around here too, but nothing that caused any real major problems. Anyway, I'm talking to you on 1009100, 100 watts barefoot, coming at you on a in-feed wire, about 35 to 40 feet off the ground, depending on which end you're looking at, running east to west, Roger.
Yeah, Roger. It's sounding good. You were almost 10 over that last transmission. So my G5RV is laying north and south. It's not exactly a perfect inverted V, because the south leg is actually a little higher than the north leg. But it's one of those things, get some copper up in the air and let it fly, and it works relatively well, over.
Roger on that. Well, you're going north and south, and mine's going east and west. There's a little bit of bouncing there. I'm going to hang I ordered another in-feed, and we'll run it north and south off the same push-up. Which is south of me, and see if that'll help pick up any other stations, especially like South America or any place else down, up and down around. But actually anything, I don't care what it is. But this one's been doing pretty good. I think the only reason I get halfway decent use out of it, halfway decent signal, I should say, I think I probably overgrounded my system. I must have 4 ground rods going into the antenna and the pole and the base plate and the lightning protector, and then the unit itself here. in the office. All separate grounded, but they're all grounded on 4-foot copper rods. And, I'm more surprised when people give me a good report because now the radio thinks it's putting out 100 watts, but right now it's actually going out about 50 according to my watt meter rather.
Well, 50 watts, they're doing it. That's for sure. I'm throwing 100 watt back at you, so that would give you some relative signal in how you're sounding to me. It's like that whole last transmission, you're a solid 5.9. So it seems like the band's going to settle out a little bit eventually.
Like I said, you're bouncing right on you're solid 5.9. As far as Yes is concerned, that last time you're right on 20.
Hey, that's what I like to hear. At least it works. Yeah, I really haven't been doing a whole lot of phone work lately. Life has kind of taken over with the time of year it is, and then I've also been helping a friend of mine who broke their hand here, almost 2 weeks ago, and had surgery done on it a week ago today. So I get to play chauffeur when they need to go to appointments. So I have their car here with me because I don't own one, and so it's they call me and say, hey, I have an appointment this date today, and come out and get me, and off we go.
Roger on that. Yeah, I did notice you've been doing some 20 and 15 meter work here recently, it looks like. I just recently, because I got a buddy who just got his ham license down in Texas, and he had a 20 meter antenna, so we were trying to work on 20. And 20 in the last couple of weeks was pretty darn good. Not as good as 40 is sometimes as far as DX is on. I made a Germany contact on 20, and I think that's the only one really. Canada, which is normal for me here. But anyway, and one Germany on 20, which kind of surprised me. And I looked back at my logbook, I probably had some other ones, but 20 I kind of like too. 40 is probably 75% of all my contacts, and everything else is probably 10% on 20, and the rest of them bounce around different places, Roger.
Yeah, most of my work is done on FT8 or FT4. I probably should be approaching like 10,000 contacts. They're very little dupes per band, that is. And then, God knows how many people I've worked on multiple bands. My best bands, I would have to say, is probably 40 and 20. They're really close together. 17 isn't too bad for me for being on my G5RV. Then 80 is also pretty decent for me. And I'm actually surprised that I do as well as I do on 10 with my G5RV not being that really efficient, and on 10 specifically. And then with the way that the SWR is plotting for without the tuner, I may be throwing 100 watt in the tuner, but by the time it gets to the radio, to the antenna rather, I'm probably losing a good 20-25 watts of that. I would suspect, without sitting there doing the math, like 30 meters, for example, without the tuner, the SWR is like over 25 to 1. And but even though that, with FT8 and FT4, I still do really well. 30 watt out from the radio, and by the time it gets to the antenna, it's maybe like 7 or 8 watt, and it does what I need it to. It's better than nothing, and for being a compromised antenna, I specifically cannot complain about my G5RB whatsoever in either configuration, how it is now or how it was prior. And prior to now, the 15 feet, 10 to 15 feet difference in elevation, and I personally see very little change. Although that I think, and I could be wrong, that with the prior configuration that my takeoff angle was a little lower than what it is now, because I'm not doing quite as well way out there. But, I really haven't spent a whole lot of time to sit down and kind of track that, to see what the real difference is. Back to you, Dan. Whiskey 6 Lima Papa Kilo from November 3 Papa Kilo Juliet.
Roger. The personal unit is Todd, right? But your name is actually James, but you go by Todd. Is that correct?
Yeah, Roger. My middle name. My dad's a James, so I guess I was called my middle name.
Roger. Well, actually, it doesn't make me much difference as long as people can hear you and understand you and you can talk back and forth. It doesn't make much difference what you got. Some people, like I said, my antenna cost me $99, and it's better than a couple of them I spent $300-400 on, and not worth this pile of crap really. This wire seems to be definitely the best bang for the money. I don't know if it's because the wire is good or the antenna is good, or I think a lot of it has to do with the grounding system, to tell you the God's truth. But anyway, I heard you after Todd, and I thought I'd give you a holler back. So you're not too far away from me. You're about, you're 293 miles. So you're almost a next door neighbor, Roger.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's not too far. Let's see. Oh, of course, in 1mm it's going to read long path to you and not short path right at the moment. But yeah, even as short as we are, my G5RV does decently. But I'm losing my train of thought. There was something I was going to mention. I'm trying to remember, and lo and behold, I can't remember it. So I'll just pass it back to you.
Roger. Well, you don't sound like you're as old as I am, so I don't know what your excuse is. I have an excuse. But sometimes I forget, I think I was with me when the sun changes something in the brain. When it comes down by the noise. Anyway, I'll let you go. I'm going to try and shut down another cup of coffee here. I heard you out there, so that's why I gave you a holler back. Legitimately, somebody heard you. And you take care of 73s and have a happy Merry Christmas. With that, I'll be saying 73s again to November 3, Papa Kilo Juliet. Whiskey 6 Lima Papa Kilo. We'll be clear on you, sir.
Okay there, Dan. Yeah, probably not quite as old as you. I just actually turned 51 here just over 3 months ago. I'm working on it. So 73 to you, Merry Christmas to you, and thanks for the return call. For once, I finally you get somebody to sit and chat for a while, opposed to calling and calling and calling and getting nothing. I've been trying to get my YouTube channel going again, and so that's been a slow, painstaking process so far. So thanks again there, Dan. Whiskey 6 Lima Papa Kilo from November 3 Papa Kilo Juliet. All right, QRZ, this is November 3 Papa Kilo Juliet. CQ40, CQ40 meters. This is November 3 Papa Kilo Juliet. Any stations anywhere, CQ40 meters. This is November 3 Papa Kilo Juliet. CQ40, CQ40 meters. This is November 3 Papa Kilo Juliet, CQ40. CQ40, CQ40 meters. This is November 3 Papa Kilo Juliet, CQ40. CQ40, CQ40 meters. This is November 3 Papa Kilo Juliet, CQ40. Any stations anywhere, CQ40 meters. This is November 3 Papa Kilo Juliet. CQ40, CQ40 meters. This is November 3 Papa Kilo Juliet, CQ40. CQ40, CQ40 meters. This is November 3 Papa Kilo Juliet, CQ40. CQ40, CQ40 meters. This is November 3 Papa Kilo Juliet, CQ40. CQ40, CQ40 meters. This is November 3 Papa Kilo Juliet, CQ40. CQ40, CQ40 meters. This is November 3 Papa Kilo Juliet, CQ40. CQ40, CQ40 meters. This is November 3 Papa Kilo Juliet, CQ40. CQ40, CQ40 meters. This is November 3 Papa Kilo Juliet, CQ40. CQ40, CQ40 meters. This is November 3 Papa Kilo Juliet, CQ40. CQ40, CQ40 meters. This is November 3 Papa Kilo Juliet, CQ40. CQ.
All right. Well, we're gonna call this game right now. That was a nice Q cell with Dan, W6LPK And this running just over a half an hour. I think that's long enough. So this is Todd, November 3, Papa Kilo Juliet from Northwest Pennsylvania. 73 to all. Merry Christmas, everybody, and hopefully we'll see you again at some time.